from Victory Park, this is News 8 at 10.
The tragedy in West has brought out heartfelt help from North Texans, but it's also brought a trio of men we've seen before, men accused of taking advantage of our veterans. Good evening, I'm John McKay.
And I'm Gloria Campos. Generosity and patriotism are turning up in West, but not always in a way we might hope. Channel 8's Byron Harris is here to explain tonight. Byron?
Well, Gloria, patriotism and generosity are good things, but men with a tangled legal past may be turning them into a double negative in West. They have a history of turning up in places where tragedy has occurred and leaving unhappy people in their wake. News 8 investigates. American Veterans Restoration and Roofing, a great name to bring in customers at a tragedy like West. Help blast victims and help veterans too. So when the company showed up to give away barbecue at West, no one brought up questions about their background, except us.
I want to ask you about your arrest. How long have you not been paying veterans?
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is J.D. Roberts, charged with organized crime and money laundering between $20,000 and $100,000 in Collin County last month. He's charged with contractor irregularities in 3 roofing deals. In the driver's seat, Brian White, charged with the same crime on the same deal. And this is Ron Roby, also facing the organized crime charge. Together, they own American Veterans Restoration and Roofing, which has been in business since January. Together, they employed between 10 and 20 veterans like James Johnson, who served in Iraq from 2000 through 2005.
Basically, right now, I'm living out of the back of my car, so yeah, that's how it's affected me.
Johnson went to work for AVRR back in the winter, putting up Christmas lights in Texas and Oklahoma. The first few weeks brought in paychecks, but then they started getting slimmer.
Money was starting to get shorter, and Ron was telling us he didn't really have the cash flow.
Then there was this fire at Storybook Ranch in McKinney in January. It's a ranch for kids with disabilities. The ranch's largest building burned to the ground. AVRR showed up to help clean up and appeared on TV grabbing some free publicity. But the vets with AVRR were stretched thin financially. The work went on for days, and they say Roby refused to pay them wages.
And then started getting calls from his men that they hadn't been paid in the last 3 months. And it had really hurt them. And they were really hard-working guys.
Wayne Kirk, who runs the ranch, paid the men what he could out of Storybook Ranch funds.
I believe they hadn't been paid for 2 or 3 months, with the exception to this job, is what I understood. And then when they asked for their money, they got fired.
Roby continued to try to recruit veterans at this job fair at the Dallas Convention Center last month. Records show his business partner White got arrested the very day this video was shot on the organized crime charge. A week later, Roby himself was arrested on the organized crime charge for a roofing deal he'd allegedly done last summer. And here he is Saturday in West.
What about Storybook Ranch? Did you steal from them? What about all the guys you didn't pay out there?
Roby started to walk to a place where his newest recruits couldn't hear our questions.
Police say you stole between 20 and 100,000 from them.
Roby did not respond, concentrating on his phone. Then,
this is America, my friend. Everyone that deserves their day in court. If you get a speeding ticket, you still have a right to go in there and tell your story.
What about for the 7 guys who you didn't pay? They're not taking you to court. They didn't get anything. They got nothing. One of them's living out of his car right now. What do you tell them?
I'll do an interview with you if you just leave me alone here. How about that?
I'll wait to see you. We'll wait to see you Monday morning, 9:30.
There. I'll bring both the guys in too.
Now, Roby and his partners did not show up for their agreed-upon interview at Channel 8. They've entered a not guilty plea in the organized crime case and are innocent until proven guilty. Their lawyer told us no comment.